Get ready to fight for the most noble cause of all, package theft. Play as a package delivery person for the definitely not Amazon delivery company, and watch your delivery for Mr. Sun get stolen away. Citing company policy, you promise to get Mr. Sun his package back no matter the cost. And oh, do the stakes get high with this singular theft. Suddenly, you've got a headquarters beneath Mr. Sun's hat shop, starting with a small team and expanding using kidnapped and brainwashed recruits from your missions. A perfectly reasonable approach. Assign your team responsibilities like building new rooms or researching ways to expand your squad's abilities. But to afford all that building and researching, you'll need to collect gold from missions. There are two types of missions, story missions and side missions. You'll need to complete multiple story missions to unlock a special one that progresses the plot. If you pass this mission, you'll get a special crown to give Mr. Sun in order to assuage him that his package will be recovered, regardless of how little he actually wants you to. I found these special story missions were somewhat easier than some of the regular ones, and I also just really struggled with this game, as evidenced by my many deaths. For the side missions, as we'll call them, they serve to gain gold, recruits, and weapons, and each mission has unique criteria to meet. In these missions, you have two types of items at your disposal, hats and weapons. There are many fun and deadly types of hats to wear and discover, like spiked hats that damage any enemies trying to stomp on your head, or banana peel hats that make enemies slip on your head. Lots of head action. For weapons, you have a range of deadly and non-deadly options to choose from. Not all are created equal though, as some weapons only stun an enemy and knock off their hat, like a toy bow or carton of eggs, while others, like guns and swords, kill the enemy outright. But you aren't just contending with the missions themselves. Oh no, your willing recruits come with a variety of game-changing traits. And these combinations of traits will change how you approach runs, what recruit you use at all, just about everything in the game. So please, learn from my mistakes. Pay attention to who you recruit and who you select for missions. It took me an embarrassing amount of time to realize that the bad recruits with tons of negative traits could just do research, while 2 or 3 of the good ones serve as my typical mission choices. Instead, I lost recruit to recruit trying to make their terrible builds work, which was not improved by my total lack of skill. And that's another thing I learned about this game. It requires more skill than you would first assume. My old teacher lady hands no longer have any twitch reaction skills like in my good old days of playing Overwatch. Along with my lack of fast reflexes was my fatigue and impatience, as I found myself dying over and over to a simple mistake, not paying attention to the details. Mr. Sun's Hatbox rewards players that choose ideal recruits, learn how to use weapons effectively, and take their time moving through maps. Mind you, these are about 3-minute maps, so obviously nothing long, but you do want to take the time to see if you can spot any traps or things like landmines. I would say that the deceptively simple and retro cute aesthetic, as well as the overall silliness of the entire story, gives the impression of an easier gameplay experience. But if you play thoughtfully, unlike I, you'll find great fun immediately out of this chaotic platformer. And if you want to play with a local friend, you're in luck. The game offers couch co-op for an evening full of playful madness. If you ever need a break from story mode, you can also fight in death matches like 1v1 and last one standing. Finally, for the art and music, well, you have ear holes and eye holes. Are your eye holes not pleased by the detailed and colorful pixel art? Especially that in the sky and wheat mission maps? And what about the music? What'd you say? Simple but quickly tiring? Maybe that's just me, but either way, I turned the volume down. Diverse missions, endlessly unique recruits, and hats. All in all, Mr. Sun's Hatbox has a lot of fun to offer for fans of roguelites.